Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Leno56 and we are back on the moon. So in the previous episode we had a couple of issues. I spent quite a bit of time getting this main area pressurized and piped up and ready to go, and then I started working on our trader platform at the very end of our base over there. However, um, we had a bit of a pressure situation in here, and I did notice that we actually have, because essentially I put too much pressure in this pipe, which pushed too much pressure, and we had one of our pipe bursts. So you can see it kind of through the ceiling there, but if we pop this open, yeah, we had some liquids and gases freezing, which caused our pipe to burst. So what I'm gonna have to try to do, oh, that's so nice. What I'm gonna have to try to do is, I'm guessing this tank's probably, yeah, that's the same pressure we have out here. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get this tank completely emptied. I'm gonna have to get this pipe repaired. Essentially, I'm gonna have to get everything out of this pipe that I can. So how do I want to do that? All right, let's go grab some pipes here really quick. Okay, so... And then I also have another idea for our AC or our air conditioners, which I'll do here really quick too. Alright, so we're going to do that. And then I think what I want to do here is let's go back this way. Where did I end this? Wait, how far did I go? Oh, it's right here. Gosh dang, okay. Okay, so then my thought process here is I would put like a turbo pump or something right here, and then just, actually that would probably work. Could put a turbo pump here. Yeah, no, I think that's what we're gonna end up doing. I just have to get a turbo pump. And then that'll push all the gas out of this system right here. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have to end up doing. In the meantime, I think what I want to do here is I'm gonna try something. Let's get rid of all... I don't need any of this, actually. I do need this stuff here, though. Start. Okay, so that's all turned on, so that's good. Let's do... I have no idea if this is going to actually work or not, but I got a suggestion saying that why don't we make each of these outputs connected to the outside, which got me thinking I can technically do that by doing something like this. So let's turn all of these on. Let's see here. Alright, that is dropping quite fast actually, so we'll keep the system like this and see how this actually goes, because essentially these are all slowly cooling these this gas here, and since it's all connected, should be slowly just cooling which that is actually dropping fairly quick. So we'll see if that works. One thing I might have to do, because looking at the, oh, not that. Let's see, nitrogen, let's use Celsius. So if I want to avoid getting liquids in there, and negative 80 degrees Celsius is about what this will have to max to. So essentially what I'll probably have to do, can I set these? Let's set these to negative 80 and see if that actually regulates it a little bit better. Because then that'll keep the gases from actually turning into liquid, and it won't matter how much pressure we have in there. So we'll see if that actually works. One thing I might have to do to regulate this a little bit better is I might have to put some pipe heaters on here or something too to keep that from getting too cold. But yeah, essentially the higher the pressure we have, yeah, so I just need to control the temperature more than anything. So we'll see if this actually works. But in the meantime, I can button you up. Do we have liquids and stuff in here? Don't think we do, so I think we're okay there. I need to go check on our plants here really quick too, because I know that we were having some illumination stress issues. It looks like our heaters are turned on. %. Alright, you know what? Light deficient, but 206% illumination stress. Maybe that's lack of illumination stress? I don't freaking know. You know what? We're just going to keep these open and see if that will maybe fix it. I know our potatoes are doing fine, so I'm not sure what's going on with our soybeans. Okay, let's see. What else do I want to do? So I have a bit of a list here. So fix the NO2 pipe and empty the tank. And then figure out the cooling of our nitrogen, which I think I did. It is actually cooling quite a bit here. Yeah, we're at negative 35 degrees Celsius already, so that actually is dropping. And it's actually increasing temperature now. That's probably because we have some actual more gas going in here, so that actually might regulate the temperature for us, which would be kind of nice. Okay, so then what I want to do is I would like to get another turbo pump. I could just use a normal pump, but the turbo pump would actually pump it a little bit faster, plus I can always use them. Oh, we have a turbo pump right here. Gold, copper. Hey, good morning. Alright, so we have gold, copper, and then I need steel and electrum. Steel, electrum, both of these would be 5. Oh, that's all I have left. I'm gonna have to make some more electrum. That's okay. It's a pretty simple recipe, actually. Sweet. And then this turbo pump, I believe I'm going to place right here. Yeah, we're gonna. This is just a temporary fix. Alright, so essentially that's taking all the gas in this pipe right here, pushing it back into our waste tank. And then hopefully it'll slowly filter out everything but the NO2 here. Or N2O, I guess. Oh yeah, that's actually dropping fairly quick. So hopefully that'll fix this issue from that burst pipe that we had. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe pipe heaters on some of these pipes wouldn't be a bad idea, just to keep the gases from liquefying in the pipes and then causing issues that way. Alright, and this is dropping, so that's good. Yeah, we're going to keep these at about 80 degrees Celsius, or negative 80 degrees Celsius, to keep this from getting liquid in here and then blowing up our tank. 'Cause so far that's actually doing pretty decently. And then I've been trying to think of how I want to do this. I think I might just keep it at this setup for right now. I guess I could swap them, couldn't I? That could be something I could possibly do. Hmm. Well, I think I figured out our cooling. That pressure's dropping quite fast, actually. So I want to start. I want to keep working on our trader platform, and I want to build our runway. And then this is one suggestion I got from, I think it was a video or two ago, but essentially doing something similar with what we did in our hydroponics room here, where we have, you know, the normal ceiling, and then we would have like a service corridor above each room like this, where all my piping and wiring would go. So I could do something like that, but that's going to be a crap ton of work because of how I'm doing everything. The benefit to that is I wouldn't have all these pipes hanging out either. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you like me to kind of build like a service corridor above our ceiling here? I would have to get rid of all the frames, which would give us a bunch of frames that I can use to expand our base with. But I would have to be kind of careful doing it that way, especially with this room right here, because I don't think there's a wall or anything in here. It's just covered by frames. But at the same time, I kind of like the way the frames look, but having like a service corridor up top wouldn't be a bad idea either. So kind of conflicted. One thing I do need to do is I need to hook up these coolers and actually everything. So let's see here. We have pipe here. I believe I have some more pipe here. I'll probably have to get some more insulated pipe. But that's something I could potentially work on really quick. Oh, I thought that was broken. That's just flipping through a little. Alright, so if I grab... Yeah, it's no. I'm gonna have to do it like that, aren't I? Yeah, that's fine. Well, we're gonna turn you off. We're gonna turn you off. I need to merge you. Let's merge you. Okay, sweet. So that's how our nitrogen pipe's gonna be. Okay. Yeah, maybe instead of doing it on this base, maybe the next base I'll build it with like the service corridor up top. Yeah, that tends to that I kind of like that more than anything because it kind of gives it that industrial look. But maybe having like a service corridor wouldn't be the worst idea. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. Yeah, so I'm thinking this is going to be our temperature control. I think what I'm going to do is I'm still going to... Yeah, we'll just monitor and see how everything works. I do need to place more flooring right there, though. So let's go grab some flooring really quick, which I don't have any flooring. Uh-oh. I need to grab a bunch of flooring anyway, so what we're going to do is... Yeah, we're going to grab a stack of 100 and actually throw that in here. There we go. Let's see, how are you guys doing? You're slowly filtering, aren't you? Yeah, so then once this is empty, what I can do is I can remove that turbo pump. But yeah, for right now, let's take care of our immediate needs. We'll eat some food, we'll drink some water, which our water's right here. But yeah, I think what I want to do is I'm going to turn this area into a kitchen. Essentially, each of these corridors, I guess, is going to have something to do with all the rooms connected to it. So like, since we have hydroponics right here, this will kind of be converted into our kitchen. Since we have atmospherics and manufacturing, I can figure out a good use for this room here. I guess I could just have a bunch of storage in this room, technically. Then we could have kitchen here. If I have the living quarters or something here, this could just be like a living room, common room type deal. I could build like a workshop or something too. Okay, so traders. Let's see, how do I want to do that? I want to build, let's see here. I'd like to build a bigger trader platform. Here, what do I need for the large satellite dish? Let's see here. It's probably going to be over here. Whoa. That's so 20 Waspaloid, 50 Incanel, and 100 Astroloid. Alright, so I have enough of this. I need Incanel, and I need Astroloid. Dang. Alright, so there's that. I need 50 of this, which I have 30 right now, and then I need another 75 of this. Gosh dang. Because building a large satellite dish would be kind of nice. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, and you are dropping in temperature again, so that's good. Yeah, so I'm thinking that this is going to be our temperature regulator, technically, for our coolant. Okay, so let's see here. Let's head outside really quick so I can take a look. I'm gonna have to move the vending machine either way. I need more pipe. Speaking of, how much silicon do I have? 83, 32. I need more steel. And I'm probably going to have to make another trip to our outpost to grab some more silicon. One thing I want to do is I want to build a rocket. So let's work on the trader platform. We'll clear all of this out, and then we'll... I guess I could start working towards a rocket here, too. So let's put our suit on really quick. Okay, yeah, I can make this fairly big, because this is, what, a 5x5, so 6x6, 7x7. Actually, no, this would be 3, wow, 5x5, 7x7, 9x9. Yeah, so I could make a fairly big landing pad here, which maybe that's what I do, which means I would need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56. I need at least 56 more landing pads here. And then a bunch of runways. Let's see here. One copper and 5, so I need steel regardless. I think I have a bunch of coal. Or I did have actually, I don't think I have any more coal saved up, do I? I have a little bit of coal. I'm gonna have to go grab some more coal anyways. How much iron do I have? I have one thing iron. I'm gonna go grab some iron too. Yeah, so I'm gonna build a hangar. I'm gonna work on the landing pad right now, but I need to go grab some iron and coal so I can make a crap ton of steel. Which, before I do that, what I might do is empty our inventory a little bit. Yeah, I want to make the hangar with an atmosphere. I think that'd be pretty fun. That's something I was working... I think I built one in our Europa playthrough, but it wasn't the most efficient. Alright, so let's empty my inventory out just because I don't need most of what I have on me right now. Bam. Bam. No rover trips. I guess I could take the rover. I haven't really been taking it just because flying is actually faster, but I kind of feel bad for the rover now, so Okay, so I have just a little bit of coal. Yeah, a couple more sacks of coal wouldn't be the worst thing. Alright. And you know what? Maybe we'll take the rover. Because then I can actually load up our, yeah, because then I could load the rover up. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do the highway. Because if I do it, it wouldn't be to every... It wouldn't be to just the one outpost. It would be to every outpost. Tracking beacon, the tracker, then a logic IO. All right, yeah, we'll take this guy. It's been a minute since I've driven this thing. I tend to just fly over there. Oh. You know what I could do is I could make a couple of nuclear batteries and put it in this thing. This thing would last forever. And then maybe what I can do is when I'm driving over here, uh-oh. There we go. Is when I'm driving over here, if I see some silicon, I can mine it. There's just some right there. They made a highway through the lava lakes. That's cool. I feel like I could figure it out. The issue I'm gonna run into is the terrain. Like, not like a bad issue, but you can't really like level the terrain. I guess I think cladding would still be the best option to build a highway. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see how that would actually work, because a highway wouldn't be a bad idea, because then I can just follow the road. Plus then I can place signs and stuff and have like highway signage so I know like where to go, and then that would keep tracking your outposts a little bit easier too. Alright. We're gonna swap this battery out over here. Let's do that. Crap. Alright, so let's see here. So that would be 300, 600. $900. Then I can do 2 things of iron. So essentially all of this could create steel. I'm gonna have about 100 iron left over. I don't think I need copper. I might grab a thing of copper just to be on the safe side. Oh, that's actually more than what I thought would actually be in here. Sweet, okay. I think that's all I really need for right now. I didn't really need to take the rover over here, but it was kind of fun driving it. But yeah, having a highway. I'm going to have to think about how I want to do that. I still think cladding would be the best way to do that. I actually might have a couple of ideas. I'm gonna have to play around with it. I think I have a stack of silver. I might grab some more silver. Just because I do need to make some electrum. Plus, I do need to do this. Let's see here. Gold, steel, and nickel. Alright, so I'll have to find some nickel. I have enough of that. Copper, steel, and cobalt. Alright, so I need nickel and cobalt, essentially. Alright, let's see if I can't find some nickel and cobalt driving around here. I'm not too worried about my power because I have a bunch of large batteries on me, so I can just swap those out. And that's all iron. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to have to do it, is level the terrain and then use cladding. I could also kind of have the highway elevated too, if I don't want to have to deal with the terrain. There's some lead. Oh, there's some nickel. I'm not going to use a wireless battery on the rover because I don't want to risk running out of power. Speaking of power, let's turn this off. Alright, so I'm just going to grab all the nickel that's here. Unfortunately, I didn't bring the ore scanner for our sensor lenses. Let's see, I think that's everything actually. Alright, so let's do 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's not a bad haul. Now I need to find some cobalt, which I know there was a little bit close to our base. Which, our base should be right up here, actually. Let's see here. Yeah, that's all oxide. Your oxide. That's some ice. Yeah, I might have to. Yeah, let's empty our inventory and then I'm gonna. Oh no. Oh. Wow. Really? Gosh dang it. I'm stuck.
Power critical.
You gotta be kidding me. Can I push the rover? That is hilarious. Oh no. I did it again. Okay. So based on previous experience, we are going to... Gosh dang it. Alright, let's empty our inventory full of our ingots and stuff here really quick. Yeah, so last time I did that, I had to rebuild the rover, and that caused my crates to go flying. Yeah, I could just dig it out. That would be another option. All right, you've been on for a very long time. Let's see how you're doing. Actually, I'm gonna need you. Sweet. Oh geez, that's a little too cold. And that is why that pipe bursts. All right, let's turn you off for a minute. Yeah, that's not the first time I've done that. All right, so far this is good. Once this starts up again, it should go in here, and then as long as I can keep it warm enough or above liquefying in this tank, we should be okay. So that did get fixed, so that's good. Alright, so we have a bunch of coal. Charcoal. And then just a normal stack of coal. Iron, copper. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna need a bunch of steel, which I already know I need. So let's grab... So 150, 150, 150. So that's 600. Yeah, so if I use all of that, that's 900. Do I have a couple in? Nope, I have nothing in here. Yeah, oh, I do. Perfect. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Alright, that's gonna take a minute. This is gonna make just a crap ton of steel here. You know what I need to do is I need to put those wireless chargers in every room. Because I have one here. Alright, let me see something here really quick because I'm kind of curious. N2O. Yeah, I would need to keep that pressure down. Yeah, that's gonna that's gonna want to go to a solid really fast. So I'm gonna have to put some pipe heaters or something on here to actually keep this gas from super cooling. Otherwise, I'm gonna have another blown pipe. Can I use pipe heaters on the long pipes? Will it actually let me do that? Oh, it does.
Hunger caution.
Could do something like that. That'll keep that gas from super cooling. Let's eat here really quick. I think I made a bunch of canned French fries. I did. Yummy. Let's see, I just need to do this side really quick. There we go. And then I don't really think it matters how hot the gas actually is. It can be as hot as I need it to be. So I might just keep that on for now, but that'll keep that pipe from breaking. And then I can figure out a more of a long-term solution. But yeah, hopefully that'll help with that. And then the power in this room must be pretty insane. Yeah, and that's actually dropping more than I'd like it to as well. But I think a couple of my, yeah, all my coolers are currently turned on, which is why the nitrogen's cold. Or not cold, but hot. Alright, so we have 900. So this will be 300. 600. And 900. Alright. That temperature is actually holding quite well. How much steel we just get? We have 1,200 steel on us. That's fantastic. God, these freaking ingots are so bright. We just got a crap ton of steel from that. That's amazing. Alright, how are you working? Alright, that's fantastic. And then what I could even do is I could automate these two to keep it at a set temperature so then these aren't on 24/7. But either way, I have enough power where I'm not too worried about it, really. Okay, so the other thing I can focus on is our rover, which is currently in a hole way over there. So I could figure that one out, or I could start working on the landing pads, which, how many did I say I needed? Okay, well, we needed, let's see here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 44, 48, 52, 56, okay. Good God. So, 56 of you. And good thing I made a bunch of steel because I'm going to have to... I only need 280 steel, not a whole lot. That's 232. Alright, that's a lot of landing pads, but that'll make a 9x9 landing pad for us, so I think that's as big as I need, and then I'm gonna have to build a bunch of runways and stuff too, so I can slowly start working on our landing pad out there. I do want to move the vending machine, and then I want to dismantle all of this, even though I'm going to end up rebuilding it regardless, but... Alright, well, while those landing pads are being made, I do have the terrain manipulator on me. I could try to dig our rover out, because I drove into a hole again, which I'm not particularly proud of, but, you know, it is what it is. What's funny is I was trying to push the rover the other way when it was high-centered, and it instead went towards me. Which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but... I'm honestly half tempted just to freaking dismantle it. But then again... I wonder... I have no idea if this is going to work or not. Come on, I'm moving very slowly. Hey. Oh no. In one hole, or out of one hole and in another. Gosh dang it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get out of this one. Frick. God, Are you kidding me? Gosh dang it. Okay. So what if I do this? Is there cobalt in here? Okay. Oh, no, 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 don't you dare tip. I just need you to go this way. Now go straight. Now go through here. Go! Oh, I see what you're stuck on. Come on, you can do it! It's a little too steep still, isn't it? Oh yeah, there's cobalt right there. That's convenient. Oh no. We have a solar storm. Alright, we are making some progress. This is good. Oh. Come on, get out, get out, get out. Stop moving. Alright, that wasn't terrible, although we have a solar storm. I need to close our shutters in our hydroponics room. Oh good. That gives me time. Not a whole lot of time, but it does give me some time. Ugh. Yeah, it wasn't the first time that's happened. I have a bad habit of apparently driving into holes, which is kind of why I resorted to flying back and forth. How are you guys doing? You're growing poorly, but I don't know what the deal is with our soybeans because it said illumination stress like 200%, but light deficient, so I don't know. I'll have to mess around with it, I think. $36. Yeah, look at that. Illumination stress. Granted, the illumination stress is dropping, so that's good. Yeah, once the solar storm is over, I'm gonna open up these shutters again. I want to automate it. I just haven't gotten around to it. Oh, heck yeah. Now apparently you're really cold again. I guess if you go through that cycle, I'm completely fine. Ooh, you're relatively hot. Yeah, so essentially at about 160 degrees Celsius, I can have as much pressure as I want in here and this pipe will not blow. Yeah, that's dropping fairly quick. What if I just have one on? Yeah, we'll just have the one on for right now. That'll hopefully keep that where I won't use quite as much power. Granted, power is not an issue, especially right now.
Hydration critical.
Alright, and then I do need at least 56 steel sheets, which I have 54. Possible grow lights that are active only during the day. So that's what I do as well, but I know that you can get illumination stress. Oh crap. I know that you can get illumination stress from having too much light, but I could absolutely... Wait, what was I doing? Gosh dang it. No, I had it right the first time. I need steel sheets. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to put oh, that's too much. Whatever. I don't even care. Yeah, I do have a grow light that I can program here. Maybe that's the issue. There's not enough light. In which case, get the sun. Yeah, soybeans are kind of complicated. My guy's almost out of water. Well, good news, that's dropping quite fast, so that's good. Yeah, maybe I'll install this grow light. I'll figure out a way to actually do that. In the meantime, we are going to drink some water really quick. And then as far as the, well, I might want to wait till, yeah, let's wait till the solar storm's done. So in the meantime, I do need a bunch of pipe anyway, so let's go and make some more insulated pipe here for us. So we have 83 there, we have... Wrong one. There we go, that's the right one. So regular lights shouldn't affect the lights at all. Plus, I have the lights programmed so when I'm not in there, the lights are turned off. They only turn on when I'm in there. So, yeah, the light, the normal lights have nothing to do with the illumination stress. I'm kind of wondering if it's because there's not enough light, which could actually make sense. Because we have potatoes, which need only 5 minutes of light per day, and soybeans require 10 minutes, so I'm guessing there's not enough light. So I'm going to have to automate the grow light in there. I guess that would make sense. Okay, well then, in that case... 3 iron, 1 gold, 1 copper. Dang it. At least I made 2 of 3. Yeah, so I'm going to automate that grow light. I'm hoping that'll fix that issue. It means I need this. Gosh dang it, I already had one. Well, in the meantime, we'll just put you right there. So, how do I want to do this? I could do something like that, but I don't like the way that's going to look. I do have an idea. I keep getting sidetracked. Also not good. Doesn't matter what wall I have. I'm just using a flat wall so I can place that. So what if I do something like this? I could put one here, and then I could put one on this side. The only downside there is I don't have any way of... Actually, there's a cable right here, isn't there? Could do something like that, see if that works. And then I'd place another grow light right here and then delete this wall. Let's see here. Let's do this. Where's my laptop? So I have the lenses. I have what I have in the lenses currently is the T-ray scanner, which is actually really freaking cool. Like, I love the way this looks. I need to put the ore one in here. Okay, so let's pop you out of there really quick. Let's import. Put you back in. Light start, heater, cooler, waste vent. Yeah, so I need to do... grow lights. Yeah. And then I also need to do... which I don't really need to use the Defiant, but it does allow me to actually program a lot more on a single logic chip. Sweet. So then what we're going to do is grow light start. Oh, register. I don't really need to do the registers, but I kind of like doing them. Let's do solar angle R3. I always just do some, it's just easy. So when the solar angle is less than 90, grow lights on is greater than 90, grow lights off. And then jump to light start. All right. One. Oh, I could use activate, couldn't I? I could use activate. But the sun has to be touching it for activate to work, doesn't it? Here, let me see. Well, it's nighttime right now. Yeah, if there's not sunlight hitting it, I don't know if it actually works. So that's something I'm gonna test out. I'm gonna use solar angle for right now. If I have to use activate, I can. Go. We'll pull you. Do that. And then that should be turned off right now, since it's nighttime. Sweet, and it turned off immediately. Okay, well, we'll see if that works. Yeah, if I can just use activate, then I'll just use activate. That's going to be infinitely easier. Let's work on the landing pad. I keep getting sidetracked with other things I want to do. Use activate the park. Yeah, I have my main solar sensor for our solar panels on the side of the wall somewhere, and then I just have another one inside for grow lights. Alright, so for all of this, I'm going to have to move this stuff. Which, if I move this to the corner, I should be fine. So, let's do... Oh, screwdriver. I could have guessed that. We have a crowbar. We have a hand drill. And then an angle grinder. A wrench. No, a hand drill. Okay, so let's get rid of all of this really quick here. Let's do this. Okay, so we're gonna place a bunch of these. I can just keep this like this, actually. So all I need are... Alright. No, I don't. I could put a portable light in there. I'm not really too worried about it because I just have a wireless charger and a wireless battery in there, so I can just have my light on. But I could put a portable light. Yes, it does make a wider light. That's for sure. Sweet. We have a 9x9. That's a huge landing pad. And then what we'll probably do is I'm going to have to dismantle that. And actually, here, before I place that down, let's do this for a minute. Oh, I can. I should be safe putting this right here, even though it's right next to the landing pad. I don't think a ship would actually hit it. So we're going to assume that that's going to be fine. Which could be a mistake. Might not be a mistake. I don't really know. And then what I'll probably have to do is place this over here. Because I don't have a whole lot of space here. I do like this computer. Okay. There's that. What do I need? I need a welding torch. And then I need a wrench. And then I need a plastic sheet. Sweet, okay. Oh, I can do it right here. Although, we're going to do it like this instead. There we go. Okay, now for a lot of welding.
Power low.
We're almost done. These actually weld quite fast. Look at that, 56. Sweet. That is such a big landing pad. That's ridiculous. That's so cool, though. Okay, and then, yeah, what I'm going to do is we're going to have a runway that kind of... I don't think it has to go, like, over the cliff here, but it'll get pretty close, and then I can just have the big old trader ships coming in. That's going to look so freaking cool. I'm so excited. That's going to look fantastic. Okay, so now I need to hook the vending machine up as well, which... What I'll probably do is build like a hangar tower or something and put the large satellite dish on top of that. I think that'll look cool, and then I can have like a little control room or something for our hangar slash landing pad. I think that's gonna look good. Well, let's turn this thing on and see what we have. We're gonna turn you all the way up. Galactic. Yeah, so I do want to hook up like gas storage input and outputs too, so I can connect them up to our system here. Yep, I'm gonna have an elevator. You have to have an elevator. Cosmic clouds. I want some cosmic clouds. Let's see. I'm sure. I think there's a way to make this actually turn faster. Oh, I did something. Let's see if I turn you to 30 degrees, will you go faster? I'm assuming you're some sort of like gas trader. Oh, let's do this. We're gonna turn it this way and see if that actually gets a better response. See, how's our power doing? Our power's doing completely fine. We have so much power right now. That's fantastic. A little bit. Let's see if I do this. Let's turn you to 300. Let's turn you to 60. The only downside, that's going to clip through the computer, isn't it? I might have to move the computer, which is no big deal. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Let's continue working on our base here. I'll have to do that at some point. Okay, so I want to start working on possibly the runway. Or I could start building the platform for our rocket. But I also want to work on our living quarters too. So kind of what I'm thinking here. Because I can't decide if I want our living quarters to be multi-level or not. I guess I could. Hey, good morning. Because I was going to build the living quarters right here and maybe possibly having it like a multi-level add-on. I just don't want the solar panels on the other building I have over here to get blocked. Which I don't...
Power critical.
Yeah, I think having that right there might be a better idea. Let's see, let's do a crowbar. Let's get rid of the vending machine over here for a minute and then a hand drill. Sweet. Whee! So the vending machine, just a tiny little guy. I could place it right here. The only downside... I could place it right here even, actually. Hmm. Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, it's funny because I do see that you're on all the time on our from Discord. What I might just do, let's just place it right here for right now. We'll just do that. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, let's go inside for a minute because I'm going to lose power here pretty quick. Alright, I'm regaining power. Alright, we're going to take our helmet off, take our suit off, let that recharge. Which it is recharging quite fast. Well, I also have it hooked up to power too, which is why it's charging. Let's take care of food and water here for a minute. And then all of our pipes and everything should be done. And since the sun's right there, let's see. Yeah, so grid sunlight falls, so it's not currently active. Even with the sun being right there. But that's also because it's inside. If it was outside, then I could use the solar panel outside, but because it's inside, I'm gonna have to stick with the solar angle. But since I've had that grow light on, ooh, that illumination stress is down. That light efficiency is up, and the growth efficiency. Yeah, so there just wasn't enough light. Sweet. Heck yeah. Look at that. I guess what I could do is I could do this too. There we go. And then... There we are. So our plants should slowly take care of themselves. Yeah, there just wasn't enough sunlight. Let's make another grow light so then I can get rid of that wall. Let's see, what do we need for grow light? I need copper, steel, and electrum. I have everything but electrum. And actually, I think there's steel in this mining backpack I have over here. Wait a minute, the mining backpack's over here, isn't it? I haven't actually moved this yet. Oh, I do have some silver. That's what I meant, silver, not steel. Well, I was thinking steel.
Hunger caution.
Hunger's fine. And then for electrum... yeah, it's just pressure. Need 2.4. A electrum. And I need 10 electrum, 5 copper, 5 steel. There we go. Yeah, especially so on Titan, is there oxide or anything like that, or is it just, or are there gases at all on Titan, like ice? Ooh, look at all the pipes I have. That's still probably not going to be enough. Looks like a lot, but... I can place you back. There we go. Okay, so let's go upstairs. We'll put this grow light on this side, just like that. Sweet. Now, technically, I can get rid of this wall. I mean, that doesn't look too bad. I'm sure I can make that look better, but you know what? I'll take it. Oh, God. Oh, that makes sense. I mean, you could always use a fuel mix to create water, too. But essentially, it's probably just easier, unless you're doing like a no trader playthrough or run or something. Alright, we're going to put this over here for right now. Let's see, how's everything going in here? Oh, that's good. You are quite warm, aren't you? But we're not having any burst pipes or anything. Condensation is happening, but our pipes should be okay. Everything is actually working pretty decently, so that's fantastic. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand all of our pipes so then I can get our piping at least done. I don't need this anymore, so let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you and you. Crap. So that. Oh. Keep forgetting I can do this. Yeah, that's true. Alright, so there's N2O. Now I can focus on the rest of these. So let's drop you. Let's grab you. Oh, I need more, that's why. There we go. So that's N2O and N2 done. Oxygen's done. Our waste is done. Now I need to bring up the pollutant and the volatiles. We'll do volatiles next. I also need to make more water pipes too. I'm gonna have to make more pipes either way. Yep, and we're out of pipe again. Okay, so we are going to make another batch. So let's do... Let's do that. There we go. Yep, that's going to take a minute. Okay, so since we're working on the pipes, I guess what I can work on now is like the ceiling, since I haven't done that yet. That way this room's officially done. Sweet. Now I just need a bunch of steel sheets. 23 to be specific. So we're gonna do this. Well, this will make 24, but I only need 23. Oh, that makes sense. Using CO2 and then the plants to create the oxygen. That's actually a great way to do CO2. That's essentially what I could do in this space. The CO2 is a bit of an issue. Like right now I have a decent amount of... Actually, no, I don't. Yeah, maybe I do that for like CO2 production, because I have a bunch of mushrooms that I'm not really using. And I have... And I have this, and I have that, and I can place those inside. I don't think there's enough room to put them in here. But I could put them out here. Yeah, I mean, I've CO2 in the furnace waste tank, so that's no issue. But there's also a bunch of other stuff in there too. But really, every time I need CO2, I just turn this little vent on. Alright, let's grab the pipes here and... Yeah, I need to hook up all of these wall coolers too. I need to make wall coolers over here. Okay. So let's do... And because I burn the CO2 in a solid gen, I get extra free power too. It's not much, but... Yeah, I mean, and if I remember correctly, charcoal actually makes more power than normal coal does. Sweet, alright. So that one's done. Then the only thing I have left besides liquid pipe is our pollutant pipe. Which I could also use pollutant as our coolant as well. I'd have to be careful doing that though. Because I'd have to keep... It would have to be about negative 90 degrees Celsius. I could probably get away with 98, but 18, so 1.8 MPa of pressure is all I would be able to do. So yeah, I really don't need pollutant unless I'm going to use it for coolant, which I used to actually use pollutant as coolant. Yeah, we'll just do that. So it doesn't really liquefy at high temps. I mean, it does, but it depends on the amount of pressure that you have. Like, you'd have to heat it up quite a bit to keep it from liquefying. Let's do this. Grab you. Put you there. Sweet. I believe that is most of our piping completed, which is fantastic. Now all I need to do is work on our water, which, while I'm thinking about it, we're actually going to do this. Okay. Put this away. I think the rest of this is the exact same, so I need to connect it. I just need one. Do I have one? I don't think I have one. Man. Well, I guess I could do just a stack of insulated pipe. I have half a gram of steel in there. That's cool. Yeah, we'll just do this. Not that I really need this much, but we'll have it if we do need it. Yeah, I kind of figured out our cooling here too, so actually our cooling's actually doing pretty decently. So I haven't had any atmospheric issues since I just turned all of these on. And the only downside is this can only go up to about negative 80 degrees Celsius before this liquefies. But we haven't had that issue because the gas in this pipe is warm, so this actually keeps our nitrogen in check, even with these ACs turned on. Yeah, cooling on the moon is not difficult at all. The more difficult part is keeping the gases from liquefying and destroying your pipes. But that's also what makes it fun too. Sweet. I think I just need the one, actually. I think I just need the one right there. Everything else should be connected. Oh. Sweet. Alright. Oh, and then I need to do... Yeah, so we almost had enough. Probably one more stack will be sufficient. Let's see. Let's head in here. Yeah, you're almost done. Let's put you away. I don't need you. Let's merge you guys. Do I have any more? We'll take the plastic sheets with us. You wanted more place where you can drink through a hallway? Are you talking like the drinking fountain? Okay, and let's do... Well, we'll just do this. Alright, heck yeah, look at that. Yeah, I could place a drinking fountain in each of these corridors here. That wouldn't be difficult. Yeah, let's make a drinking fountain really quick. Let's see what it all needs. Drinking fountain, I have iron and 3 copper. 5 iron and 3 copper. Put the 8 silicone back in there. And we'll continue making pipe. So all I need is a data connection. The downside is that the water comes up from the bottom. I guess if I put one on each of these walls, like right here, I could technically do that. Grant, I was just gonna put one in my living quarters too. Yeah, I'm gonna build the living quarters actually. So let's start focusing on that, and then I can actually just place a drinking fountain in there. Let's button up our ceiling here too before I forget. Sweet. Alright. Also, while I'm thinking about it, what do I need? Oh, it's the same as a normal landing pad, so... I wonder how long I want that runway. I could do it 20 long. I kind of have an idea, so... Because I could stick with my 5x5, like, setup here. I could do... So, 5, 10, 15, 20. 1, 2... Could do, like, 24 long. That would work. It would actually be slightly longer. I can always make it longer. Let's start with... I'd have to make like 60 of these though. Because I would almost want to just make it 3 wide. Alright, let's focus on building our living quarters, because I think I know where I want to place it. Alright, let's grab some food. How's everything doing? Everything's doing pretty good. So many mushrooms. Everything should be thriving. Thriving, thriving, thriving. Everything's thriving. That's fantastic. Yeah, it was just lack of light. Which illumination stress makes me think that there's too much light, so a rewording of that would be nice. Alrighty. Apparently I need to heal my lungs too. Let's see, what do I need for a medical pill? Why would I want a paralysis pill? Wait, what is this? Fern. The fern wouldn't be a bad idea. Planetary pebbles. Ecosphere. What's this? Dang, that came quick. Do you think there's enough landing pad for him? If he lands on me, will he kill me? I'll have to test that out. Oh, look at that. There's strawberries, sugar cane. I was just talking about ferns. Let's grab a fern. Actually, before I do that, let's look this up for a minute. Okay, now you're hooked up. That is hilarious. Hydroponic trays, you need 7. I could make a little bit of money off you, I suppose. We've got ferns. Alright, so I need fern, silver, and cobalt, which I have cobalt, I have some silver. Speaking of, I need to actually mine the cobalt that I found earlier. because I wanted to make the large satellite dish. God, I love having power. Look at that. Everything's almost completely blue. Alright, yeah, so there's cobalt right here. Let's mine as much of this as I can really quick. Yeah, what I want to do is I want to build a rocket with the scanner so that I can actually scan all the regions of the map so we can find the best locations for some more deep mining outposts. Okay, that wasn't a terrible thing of cobalt. Some coal right there. Nice. No, I have not switched the chips yet. I need to actually do that. Okay, so let's do this. Oh crap. No! Yeah, I was looking for it and I drove into a hole and found it. You know, is what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the sensor lenses and with the ore chip in there so I can actually see everything that's in there. Because there could be a lot more that I'm just not seeing. Gosh dang it. Let's dismantle all of this. There we go. And we have a bunch of fuel in here. Which I know that looks like an oxygen tank, but it's definitely not. And then I'm going to dismantle these frames under here too. Actually, we can place... There we go. Something like that. Might as well repurpose these railings. We're going to keep this open just for right now because if something bad happens and I end up dying or something, it'd be nice to be able to get back up here. Which I hope doesn't happen. That'd be terrible. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. Whee! Ooh, then I have plastic sheets on me, don't I? I do. Alright, I can do that for right now. Okay, so let's dismantle most of this. I have so much cable on me. This is ridiculous. So I think what we're going to do here is I'm going to dismantle this stuff. And then once we're done, I'm going to call the episode. I've got too much stuff on me right now. It's a good problem to have, but at the same time. Yeah, we'll just do that. That'll work. Okay, so we're going to dismantle all of this. And actually not all of this, because what we're going to do here is this is going to be... Well, I'm not sure what these two rooms are going to be. I guess I could make... I guess I wouldn't have to have a multi-level story living quarters. I mean, having this as a rocket launch pad wouldn't be a bad idea. And then I could have something else. I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted. But then again, maybe if something happens, there's an explosion happening, not right next to the atmospherics room would be the better solution. All right, we're gonna do this. So we're gonna have airlock. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which means that these two are going to get deleted right here. Gosh dang it. Then I can delete these for right now. Oops. I needed... Yeah, so we'll dismantle that. Dismantle you two. We'll just put this right here for right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, actually. We'll do something like this. There we are. And then this right here would be the airlock. So we had airlock and then a room right here. We'll do the same thing over here. And then I want to try to figure out where I want to place everything, because I could have multiple living quarters, but with it only being me, I don't really need one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out some other different types of rooms that I want to place in our base. We'll do that. Oh, look at that. That actually landed perfectly. And that one's fine. And then we'll do the same thing over here. And then, yeah, I'm thinking what I'll probably do is I'll figure out a use for these two rooms here. And then for this area, I'll use these as rockets. I think that'll be a little bit better. That'll make more sense. But these two rooms I'm going to have over here, we need to figure out what we want to use them for. One I could use as like a laboratory sort of thing, and then the other one could be like a workshop or something where I could test like certain things out. I don't know. But I think on that note, I am going to call the episode here. What I would like to do in the next episode is I want to figure out exactly how long I want to make the runway. I guess I can make it as long as I want. I mean, it wouldn't really matter how long I make the runway. I know that certain aircraft and vehicles need certain length of runway, so I guess I could just make it fairly long, and then I wouldn't have to worry about it. But I would like to make a satellite tower, so essentially, no, we got some sort of exception error, but it's like a large tower with the large satellite dish up on top, with like a control room in the bottom of it, so I can actually control the satellite dish from the control room, and then get the traders that way. 20 blocks is max. Okay, so I can do that. It'll probably be a little bit longer than 20, but that's okay. Yeah, so we'll make a 20 block length of runway going that direction, and then we'll make a satellite tower with a control room on the bottom of that. And then, heck, I'll have an elevator in there too. That'll be fun. But yeah, I want to work on that on the next episode, and then once we kind of have the runway and the landing platform how we want it with the tower, then I can actually start working on the actual hangar portion of it. But yeah, give me some ideas on what you guys think these two rooms should have over here, because the two areas I'm going to have over here are going to be for a couple of rockets, so that I can actually scan the moon and find the best place for some more deep miners. But yeah, on that note, I'm going to call the episode here. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed watching, and I